From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
Dennis's Heating and Air Conditioning is Northern California's premier heating and air conditioning contractor. From residential housing, large commercial projects, installation to repair, sheet metal fabrication, and everything in between, we are your go-to heating and air conditioning specialist.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Meteorologist Mike Krueger, that is checking with you here this afternoon here. The heat wave that has finally arrived. We're going to notice it today. Kind of peaking around today, tomorrow, kind of levels off over the weekend, but really the heat we're experiencing today will most likely last, give or take, through the weekend before we do start to see a dip in our temperatures going through next week. Now, next week we're also, and really this weekend, we're expecting to see some monsoon moisture to work its way in. That is going to bring us a potential for thunderstorms as early as this weekend. But now it's looking like many parts of the mountains could see thunderstorms through all of next week. It's going to be scattered, isolated, but the chances for thunderstorms there nonetheless is that monsoon moisture just kind of sticks around. So here's your neighborhood forecast at a quick glance here. Temperatures over 100 degrees for everyone in the valley, over 100 degrees for some of the mountains, especially in Trinity County, inland areas. Otherwise 90s for the rest of the mountains, upper 60s for the coast. Now, we've got heat advisories, we've got a heat extreme warning. All these have different timing on them. Bottom line, it's going to be hot today through the weekend. That's really what it comes down to. It's a friendly reminder to check on the elderly, young children, your pets, and making sure you take care of yourself as well. All right, so here's the fire weather risk. With the heat, very dry conditions, high fire weather risk here for your Thursday. You're taking your Friday, guess what? Another high fire weather risk. Why? It's going to be another hot day. It's going to be another dry day. Not terribly strong winds, but breezy at times. And then we go into your Saturday. It looks like we're going to start off low to moderate, but most likely looking at high fire weather risk again for your Saturday afternoon. So the high pressure over the desert southwest, that's the key. That's the heat. It's also the source of moisture, of that monsoonal moisture working its way up as we go into the weekend. So temperatures, as I mentioned, will probably stay this way at least through the weekend before we start to see our temperatures drop early next week. But by the middle and latter part of next week, we're back down closer to even below normal. That rust color, that's very dry air. You can see all the moisture, the green on the map here. That's the monsoonal moisture. It's working its way into Southern California as we speak, and eventually will work its way up towards us. But again, not really until this weekend. As you can see here, we are looking at that fog returning for many of you along the coast tonight, tomorrow morning. Some of that may burn off in the afternoon on your Friday, but looks like you're having a hard time in some areas here. But you can see some breaks there, Crescent City, Trinidad, for example, and even a few clouds coming into parts of the valley, just some high clouds, but still dry even for the mountains. Then we take you into your Saturday midday. Nothing really popping up yet as far as mountain thunderstorms, but we could be looking at potential for thunderstorms by Saturday afternoon, right? So that's what we're looking at here as we take you through Saturday afternoon. In fact, the Storm Prediction Center is showing that potential for Modoc County, Lassen, and eastern Plumas counties as well. So that's where I expect the best chance for thunderstorms. I don't anticipate anything to the west of that, even for Siskiyou, even for eastern Shasta or Tehama County either. Trinity County most likely dry as well for your Saturday afternoon. All right, so for today, there it is. Heat wave, for many, it peaks today, but for the most part, it's going to be about the same today all the way through this upcoming weekend. And those overnight lows, I think we may be lucky if we can get dropped down to the upper 60s, but generally around the upper 60s to low 70s in the valley, 50s and 60s for the higher elevations, and 50s for the coast. We take a look at that 7-day outlook for the valley. That's what I was talking about. So for Redding, between 105 and 107 through the weekend. For Red Bluff, between 103 and 106. For Chico, between 100 and 103. Now, we start the drop in our temperatures, but only by a degree or two. But we'll notice a bigger drop in our temperatures, especially by the middle and latter part of next week. Take a look at the coast, mid to upper 60s, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Some days more clouds than others. Inland, you're dry. It's hot. Not really cooling off until next week. Wednesday of next week, maybe a chance for thunderstorms entering the picture. For Trinity County, you're hot as well, down to 198 degrees, that is, by next Tuesday. But by next Tuesday, Wednesday, thunderstorms, at least a chance. It could be here as early as Monday. We'll see. For Siskiyou County, we're going to hold off until Sunday and then keep that chance for thunderstorms through next week. For Modoc County and the Eastern Mountains, in particular Lassen and Plumas counties, thunderstorms over the weekend, and that continues through next week as well. All right, that's your latest forecast. We're going to take a look at the latest forecast model data at 6 o'clock this evening for a more detailed look at your forecast. That's all coming up at 6 o'clock this evening. Until then, have yourselves a great rest of your day.
Fire spreads quickly. Don't wait until it's too late. Garmin's Tractor Service specializes in field mowing and light tractor work to help protect your family, your property, and those around you. We're fully insured, locally licensed, and ready to help you create the defensible space you need. Call or text Garmin's Tractor Service today. Protect what matters before fire strikes you.